All right, this is for Aries. This is how they feel about you reading, Aries. So, I'm going to do specifically, not just a general reading, we'll do each sign, how they feel about you. I will timestamp them on the bottom, so in case, like, Aries, you only want to know about how Scorpio feels about you. It'll be timestamped, okay? So you can just fast forward to that part of the actual reading. So, we'll let Spirit, like I always do, I let Spirit choose for us, since this is their thing. This is the way they communicate. I'm gonna let them, this came flying out. These two came flying out, which is Scorpio and then Cancer. So we'll do Scorpio first. So we'll put Scorpio over here. So this is Aries, how Scorpio feels about you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Sisters, to appreciate. I'm truly grateful. So, oh wow, I was gonna say something, but so it's the Star card. That's Aquarius energy. That is a major arcana card. So I was gonna say, the reason why I do relationships. Some people are like, well, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to know how they feel about me. You don't have to. But the reason why tarot is so widely based around relationships is because relationships shape us of who we want to be. So ultimately, I just want to let you know that this is going to turn into about you, not about them. Okay? I just want to let you know that. Because every relationship that we're in, it helps us learn a little bit more about ourselves. Okay? So we're going to find out how Scorpio feels about you. And then we'll get messages from Spirit. Okay? So here's 3. I'm sure that's all they want us to do. So here's 3 cards that they gave us. Pretty strong. I'm only saying that it's not like the strongness is because there's 2 major arcanas. So what I'm saying is like there's a lot of... So major arcanas are major life lessons, okay? Minor arcanas are like maybe more of our day-to-day, I guess you could say. So that's why I phrased it that way. So don't misinterpret what I say, okay? And this is a general reading, so please there's a lot of Aries here out there. There's a lot of Scorpios out there. So take it how it resonates. Don't make it make sense. And what's not yours, just leave it, okay? Leave it for somebody else. So, Aries, this is how Scorpio feels about you. So the first card we have is the Star card. So, good, right? I mean, looks good. So this is the 17th in the major arcana. So 7 and 1 is 8. 8s are seeking solutions. So this person, Scorpio, feels that the relationship must be built on an authentic friendship first, and also like a shared vision of the future, which is good, because if you guys both don't want, if you're with somebody and you don't want the same things, it's like kind of like a conflict, right? Because you'd want something that they don't want, so you'd be working towards something that they would not be. So that doesn't make any sense. So right away, Scorpio has a good sense of this relationship because they feel that it needs to be an authentic friendship, and every relationship should have a friendship. Everyone. And also a shared vision for the future. So the same goals, right? Which is great. Great to hear. Also, it also indicates that one so they feel that like sometimes in order for a relationship to work, that you guys would periodically, not all the time, but that you guys would need your space, okay? So they feel like that's what's needed in order for it to work. So like not per se like that, they want to go do other things. That's not what it says. It just means that they feel in order for it to work between 2 people that sometimes you need to be physically distant or periodically remote, or have a space that's needed for it to work, a space of your own. I don't know if that means together, a space from everybody else, but it seems to me like you both need your own space, okay? So then the Sun card. Now don't take that the wrong way, guys. Just don't go to your Scorpios and like, you want space, and why do you want space? And don't do that. Like I said, these are general readings, so it doesn't you have to take it as it resonates, okay? So how Scorpio feels about you, Aries, is that with this Sun card, this is 19. So if 19 resonates with you at all, or 9 plus 1 is 10 or 1. So this person feels, or Scorpio feels like you are attractive and charismatic, and you brighten up their mood, or that you actually brighten up the mood of any room that you walk into. So this card right here is like the best of the deck, right? It's look at it. It's beautiful, right? It leaves everybody with an optimistic like feel. Okay, so basically what they're saying is that you always make other people feel positive, right? You have such good energy to you, and like optimistic about their future. So like that's probably why you are a leader. But they see that in you, those characteristics. So that's great. So because they look at you this way, try not to bring any gray clouds, right? They think so highly of you. And that's great that that is how you are because you're a leader, Aries. But that is definitely how Scorpio feels about you, so that's great. Now the next one is the Seven of Cups in reverse, which is good because this is illusionary success, right? So in reverse, I think it's going to be good because we don't want anything illusionary, right? So Cups represents feelings, emotions, relationships, so there's emotion here, right? But it's in reverse. So this is Venus and Scorpio. Venus is love, Scorpio is, but they're known as change and transformation. And I'm going to tell you one thing: the most lessons that anybody learns is from a Scorpio. So just know you're going to learn good lessons with them. So, anyways, or important ones. I don't know about, I'll leave that one alone. So, anyways, Scorpio feels like they're very mesmerized. They're mesmerized by fantasy, okay? So they might be projecting an illusion or fantasy. Or no, actually it's in reverse. So no, that's not true. So Scorpio feels like they have to awaken from sleepwalking through life. So this may come in the form of erratic behavior that makes no sense. So yeah, so they might feel what I'm taking from this is that they might feel like they are mesmerized by you. Okay, that they feel that maybe that this isn't real, right? That like they're so mesmerized by you. You know what? I'm really honestly thinking that they kind of put you on a pedestal, which is great and everything to a sense. But see, what happens is when people put us on a pedestal, then they're beneath us, and when they start, that could do more harm than good because then it'll start going into, well, they're better than me, or I'm not good enough for them. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they put you so high on a pedestal. You are a leader. You almost like expect that, because everybody thinks so highly of you. You know what I'm saying? But in relationships, be very careful with that because you're supposed to be equals. If somebody puts somebody on a pedestal, they're never going to amount to you. They're going to feel like they can never amount to you, and then it's going to keep going downhill, right? So we don't want that. So what Spirit wants you to do, they want you to clarify feelings honestly and insist on reality, okay? So let them know like how you feel and also listen to how they feel and make sure that it's not in a dreamy state. Keep it, like, oh, well, I want to marry you and we live in a fantasy world and I am Cinderella and you are the one that puts the shoe on me. You see what I'm saying? So let's not do that. Like be realistic in how you feel with them, okay? Because it'll help them know that this isn't, they feel like that it might be too good to be true. That's probably why they feel like sometimes that you guys need your distance. Maybe because they need to, get a sense of they're so mesmerized by you and your great qualities that they feel like, in a sense, that this relationship could be too good to be true, okay? So if you really want to keep this relationship good and equally sound, then have a good talk with them about, what's true, how you feel, and keep it to where it's realistic, okay? So let's get a couple messages from Spirit, and then we'll end this. How do they feel about me? You know what? I'm not gonna do the timestamps. I'm just gonna do each. I'm just gonna post each reading, okay? So that way it's not confusing. Spirit guides, angels, answers, true appreciative, I'm truly grateful. What messages do you have for Scorpio and Aries? Or actually, what messages do you have for Aries about Scorpio's relationship? See, right when I said that, they came out. Okay, so here's the Eight of Cups that came out. The Ace of Pentacles, yay! The Three of Cups. the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so Eight of Cups. Cups represents feelings, emotions, relationships, and this is their element, right? So Eight of Cups is seeking solutions on the Tree of Life. So this is like walking away for a higher sense. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean walking away from the relationship. That's not, like I said, you guys, don't take what I say and veer off in left field with it. Okay, so this is Saturn and Pisces. This is the Lord of Abandoned Success. So what they're saying as like messages or advice, to walk away, seek solutions when you need to. Okay, and that's what they think too, like that it would be best, and it probably is best sometimes, for you guys to have your own space, because this relationship might be so I don't want to say overwhelming, but like when you feel so intensely about somebody, and death, and Scorpio, I was gonna say death, and Scorpio is extremely intense, that sometimes it's really good to walk away, right? So this is somebody walking away to seek a solution, okay? And that's good to do sometimes, okay? But always come back with a clear mind and be in reality of what is good for both of you, okay? So don't ever leave them in the dark with anything. Always, go back and communicate with them. That's about being friends first than anything. Communicate, okay? If you communicate, it will, like, communicating for 5 minutes can alleviate so much misunderstandings that it's a must that you communicate. But make sure you keep it in a reasonable reality. Like, don't go into the fantasy world, okay? Because that's what this is. So, because they think so highly of you that they feel like sometimes that this could be too good to be true, okay? Now, the Ace of Pentacles. Nice. Pentacles are our earth signs. So this is something in our materialistic or our 3D world. And this is of God. So God is holding your pentacle. And it's not tainted, okay? So this is the Lord of abundance and wealth. So this is like new money, new success, vitality. God's has his hand, it's holding up to the sun. So, you guys will have a lot of prosperity or, so pentacles are anything in our 3D world, right? So you're going to have good abundance, shall I say, okay? If you guys work together. Now, the Three of Cups. Cups represents feelings, emotions, relationships. 3 is the divinity of God, right? So there's the hot, the cold, or their truth, your truth, and God's truth. That's how I like to view that. So 3 of Cups is like the 3 graces, right? So this is Mercury and Cancer energy. This is the Lord of Abundance. What'd I say, guys? Nice. This is just like this. So this is celebration, friendship, creativity, collaborations, the 3 graces. So like I said, as long as you collaborate with them, right? Keep that friendship. Always keep that friendship, the creativity, and the 3 graces, of course. You are going to have the Lord of Abundance for sure. So this looks like really good so far. I mean, this looks really good, except for the fact that don't let them put you on a pedestal too high, okay? Like, don't, remember, you guys are equals. I know that you're a leader, and I know how strong your personalities are, but don't do that so much to where it pushes them away because they don't feel good enough, okay? Now, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, Pentacles are our earth signs, right? Which is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. And this is in reverse, so it's good. So that's illusionary, right? Both 7s are in reverse, which is great. So Saturn and Taurus, okay? So this is the Lord of unfulfilled success, but it's in reverse. So you might not be able to see long-term, or they might not be able to see long-term in this, or limited success, or you can't see the fruits of your labor, or maybe like dissatisfied. So like I said, that's that putting somebody on the pedestal, right? That this is what's going to happen if that person has you on a pedestal, because they're going to think you're too good, right? Or they're not going to be able to see long term. So keep that in mind, guys. Like I said, try to be equal. Remember, our reality, or the way that we think and the way that we feel, is going to become our reality, okay? So that's what I'm saying. If they think that you're better than them or on a pedestal, then that's going to become the reality, their reality, right? So, and then it'll be like, that's why right now it's like kind of like almost to them, it's too good to be true. And that's what, so then they don't see a long term, they can't see the long term in this. So, 3 of Wands. You have 2 3s, 2 7s. See that? So the 3 of Wands. So wands are your energy, which is fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So this is like passion, like movement, if you will. So it's like spirit, right? So the Three of Wands is the sun, again, nice. And Aries, sun and Aries, guys. Doesn't get any better than that. So this is the Lord of established strength. There's progression, faith, foresight, overseas opportunities. So this is where she, like, they're standing there. You see those ships right there? And she doesn't know, like, they don't have cell phones back then, right? They didn't have any way to communicate. But she stands there knowing that the ships are coming, that her ships are coming in, and it's going to be successful. Okay, she has that faith in it because she has faith in it. So have faith. You know, like I said, that also has to do with the three graces, right? Have faith that this is going, your ships will come in, and keep your guys, make sure that you guys stay on that equal ground and don't let them put you on a pedestal, because like I said, you let somebody do that, and I know how you guys are a leader, of course, but you have to be equally, you have to view each other equally in a relationship, because if one is higher than the other one, then that puts the other one lower, right? We don't want that, because then they're gonna think they're never good enough, and we don't. I mean, if that's how you want them to feel, that's not. Then there isn't going to be no long term. So it's up to you guys to decide how far you want this to go. Remember, I said Scorpios are going to teach you the biggest lessons. You guys are the leaders, and I know one thing about Aries is that you guys do have that armor on to protect you from your biggest threat of vulnerability. You need to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable, okay? Because that is part of being in a relationship. And being vulnerable is very courageous, because you're taking a risk. And taking risks is courageous. We don't know the whole outcome, but you have faith that it's going to work, okay? So there is Aries, how Scorpio feels about my Aries. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and make sure that you cross-watch any or all. Like I said, relationships, it doesn't necessarily have to mean a love relationship. It could be family, work, friendship. But remember, all relationships are here to teach us more about ourselves. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.